Welcome back to Card Corner. I went to New York. Ah, yes, New York, New York, New York. I had a lovely time. I went to New York just for funsies, just for a fun little trip, just a thing as a person to do. And while I was there, I was like, why don't I go to the Art of Play shop? Oh my God, it's in New York. I'm gonna be in New York. What a fun thing to do as a cardist. So I'm hanging out there. I check on Google to see what their hours are, and it says temporarily closed. And I was like, surely that's a mistake. Check the Instagram. Nothing on Instagram, no posts whatsoever. I checked the website. It's just the Art of Play website, so there's nothing there either. I call the shop just to be like, hey, what hours are you open? Turns out that Art of Play is closed for the whole summer. Oh, dude, what? Yeah, they just closed the shop for the whole summer and didn't tell anyone except for their voicemail. That sucks. So yeah, that was a bummer. But on my Instagram, I was like, where should I go? And people suggested Don't Blink Magic Shop and Tannen's Magic Shop. I went to both. Here are the decks that I got. All right, first of all, new setup. What do you guys think? My old fold-out table was falling apart, so I needed a new one. And so I thought if I'm gonna buy a whole new table, I might as well buy one with a wooden surface. I'm sorry if you got used to the black background, but I actually think that this backdrop is gonna help with lighting issues as well. So I'm pretty happy with this new setup. Anyways, here are all the decks I got from my trip to New York. These two decks I got from Don't Blink Magic Shop, and these three decks I got from Tannen's. All of these decks I've opened up except for this one. And obviously I'm actually going to save this deck for its own review video. These are the Headlong Into Eternity playing cards by anyone worldwide. I've wanted this deck for a really long time. Shout out to Mr. Magic himself for hooking me up with this deck at a pretty reasonable price, I will say. While I was in the shop, I got their shop deck, the Don't Blink Magic Shop playing cards, because, you know, I like to have a little souvenir. Oh, this is the deck that I got when I went to go to the Don't Blink Magic Shop in New York. Oh, so fun, memories. And as far as custom shop decks go, I thought the design was neat enough to pick up as well. The rest of the decks I got from Tannen's. Let's just jump into all the cards one at a time. So here are the Don't Blink Magic Shop playing cards. They were about 11 bucks. On the front it says Don't Blink Magic Shop playing cards. Casino quality, designed in USA. First edition 2023 Magic Bailey. It might be Bailey, Magic Bailey, I don't know, sorry. And Don't Blink Magic Shop, all rights reserved. New York, New York 10018. The back of the tuck features the back design, which are these circles with an eye and a spade in the middle, and it says DBMS, Don't Blink Magic Shop. The flap of the tuck box also features a little eye right there. There's that back design, a pretty simple 1-2 back design right there. It's a two-way back design. It's very minimalistic. Again, I think a cool enough design for about 11 bucks. These are not USPC. These were made elsewhere. I asked Magic where they are printed. He didn't really know either. He said he went through, quote, whatever Penguin Magic uses. So I guess he just let Penguin Magic deal with it and didn't ask any further questions. I don't really know what that means, but I will tell you, these are definitely a China stock deck of cards. They feel just about like your average WJ type of deck. Although at the time, 2023, who knows if they actually went through WJ, as WJ wasn't as popular at the time. Either way, it's a China-based deck. Either that or like a Taiwan-based deck somewhere overseas. Comes with two custom Don't Blink Magic Shop Jokers. And of course, being a Magic Shop, it comes with a double backer, not your traditional double backer. It comes with a Jack of Hearts and a 6 of Diamonds card. It also comes with a red backed card, which is also an extra 4 of Spades. And here is the Ace of Spades right there. It features that custom eye with the spade in it and the Don't Blink Magic Shop logo right on top. The rest of the cards here are standard. Don't Blink Magic Shop playing cards. Back design, I will give a 7.8. Pretty solid. It's not the coolest deck of cards in the world. I don't think it's trying to be that either. But overall, these little eye designs are pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Nothing to waggle your nose at. Nothing too crazy either. Pretty solid. Feeling and handling, I'm going to give a 7.5, which is not bad. That's like a C+. Obviously, this is some sort of China stock deck. They feel like it. This was made in 2023 too, so it's not even like the most current China stock deck. You know, it's not like a really nice updated WJ deck or anything like that. They clump up pretty fast. They have that kind of China stock feel to them. Have I handled worse? Yes. Have I handled better? Certainly. 7.5. Theme and aesthetic, I'll give an 8. Pretty cool. You know, again, this is just a custom shop deck. It's not trying to do anything too crazy. It's not the wildest deck I've come across, but you know, it does what it wants to do. Overall, that gives the Don't Blink Magic Shop deck a total deck score of 7.7, which is pretty good. This is pretty good, okay? That's like a C++. All right, next up, the decks I scooped up at Tannen's Magic. We're gonna start with the most basic one, work our way up. I got this deck of yellow Riderback playing cards for about $5. I've been in a Riderback kick lately. I don't know, call it the purist in me, but something about doing cardistry with a normal deck of bicycle playing cards, it feels good. You know, you feel like a minimalist, you feel like an OG, it feels good. They look good too. It's a, you know, with all the custom decks out there, sometimes it's nice to go back to basics. So I've been digging using Riderbacks lately, and I also really love yellow decks of cards, especially yellow decks of cards that feature white and light elements in their design. I think the brightness and somewhat paleness of the design when it comes to the yellow and white mixing is really appealing, at least for me specifically. So this is a standard bicycle Riderback deck. On the tuck box here, it says Riderback playing cards bicycle, and it features the yellow design all throughout the box here. Standard seal sticker right here. And just look at that bright yellow design. Oh, dude. It just looks really nice. This deck comes with its extra cards as well, also kind of dipping their toes in the Magic scene. We get a card here that is a 9 of hearts fading into the yellow pips right there. And then on the back is a fully yellow 9 of hearts. Also comes with a blank card, and it comes with a double backer. And then finally we get one Joker, one standard bicycle Joker. Some of these extra cards are fun, but if I'm being honest, I would have preferred to have at least 2 Jokers, either 2 standard black and white Jokers, or maybe one that features that nice yellow design. I don't think we need like 3 extra Magic Gaff cards, but you know, to each their own. And that's basically it. The rest of the deck is a standard deck of bikes, but again, love that really bright yellow design as well as the white borders and the white throughout the back design as well. It's just familiar, it's classy, it looks good. And at $5, why not, you know? Yellow bicycle Riderbacks. I'll give the back design a 10. It's a bicycle back deck. Stylish, iconic, serving for sure. In this very nice bright yellow. Feeling and handling, I will give a 9. It is a USPC deck, but it's just a standard bicycle deck, meaning that it has the same quality as all the other $4 bicycle standard decks do, which is good. It's not the absolute peak of the mountain when it comes to USPC decks and like the top quality that you can get. Overall, it's still, you know, pretty good. Theme and aesthetic, I'll give another 10. You know, it's a bicycle. It's just a bicycle deck. That gives the bicycle yellow Riderbacks a total deck score of 9.6. Solid. Next up, I was in the market for some tallies. I picked up this really nice deck of black and white Tali-Ho circle backs. This deck ran me about $7 to $8, so still cheaper than your average custom deck of cards. Still quite affordable. It's a classic deck of cards look with a nice sleek black and white makeover. It has the standard Tali-Ho tuck box right here. And it comes with quite the fancy seal sticker. It's kind of hard to see, but right here it says USPCC, the United States Playing Card Company, Signature Edition. There's that back design. It's the classic Tali-Ho circle back playing cards, but in a nice black colorway. Just very simple, very snappy, very cool. Kind of in the same light as the Riderbacks. I love a good, nice old school touch when it comes to using decks. Tali-Hos are obviously very infamous, especially in the cardistry scene. It comes with two classic Tali-Ho jokers right here, one colored in, one in a stencil type of design. It also comes with a double backer. I don't know where the double backer is. Did I get you? Oh, magic moment, whoa! Yeah, it did come with a double backer. Honestly, I put it somewhere. I don't remember where I put it, sorry. Should have planned ahead more. It features a classic Tali-Ho Ace of Spades. And that's it. The rest of the deck is a standard deck of cards. But again, that's kind of what I was going for. Just a classic, nice deck of tallies, just in this smooth black edition. All right, the Tali-Ho Black Signature Edition playing cards. I'm gonna give this a perfect 10. Back design, classic, circle back, Tali-Ho, Black Signature Edition. Sick. Yeah. What's not to love there? Feeling and handling, these feel really good. Better than I thought they were gonna feel. It's just a really good USPC deck. They're not like thin crushed thin, but they're not too heavy either. They're a really nice middle ground kind of stock. Theme and aesthetic, it's a Tali-Ho deck. They nailed it. Very glad I picked this up. Wonderful deck of cards to have. Okay, and last but not least, I got a deck of vintage Tali-Hos. I've also been on a kick of picking up Blue Seal playing cards. Quick rundown, if you don't know what Blue Seal playing cards are, they're vintage playing cards. It's one of the many signs to know that they're vintage. All the way up until 2009, the United States Playing Card Company, instead of these black seal stickers, used blue seal stickers. They were the same, just in blue, which also signified that they were made in their original manufacturing facility in Ohio, which is also part of why people say that vintage playing cards feel so good. They feel so different. They never felt the same once they left Ohio. I have a couple of Blue Seal Riderbacks that I've been really digging. They do feel really amazing. And I didn't have a deck of Blue Seal tallies. Now, where's the Blue Seal, you may ask? Well, this particular deck was so goddamn old that when I took the cellophane off, the seal sticker just fell off. That's a common thing that can happen when decks are old enough. Also, kind of a side comment, look how off-center this print is. I actually like it. It's, you know, it gives it character. Same thing on the box over here. The print is just anyways. Now, how old is this deck? Well, it's at least 30 years old. How do I know that? Boom! Your boy finally managed to find a long flap vintage deck of cards. Again, another thing of the past signifying how old these cards are. If you notice, your normal deck of bicycles have this shorter flap on the tuck box, but this flap is much longer, hence the name long flap. Now, I can't date this deck exactly because, you know, it doesn't say when they were made. As I was doing my research, I did see a comment somewhere online saying that zip codes didn't exist until 1964 or something like that, which is never something I've ever thought about. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Well, it does have a zip code right there, so these are post 1964 at least. Now, the best hint that I have is this long flap, okay? They made long flap decks of cards all the way up until 1992. So this deck is at least from 1992, or at least pre-1992. So this deck is at least 30 years old. And unless I get a vintage Tali-Ho expert in my comments telling me an exact date for some reason that they know, that's the best I'm gonna do. It doesn't really matter. Just thought I'd tell you the interesting facts. Anyways, it features that long flap of cards right there. This deck features a classic colored in Tali-Ho Joker right there, as well as a guarantee Joker, which also I just noticed for the first time is horribly cut. The Joker on this side just barely making it in there. Oh yeah, super off center. Love that USB-C touch, right? It's basically saying if there are any defects, send it in with this and the use of space or something, you get a free deck, I don't know. Stuff like that. It also, of course, features a classic Ace of Spades in that Tali-Ho style. Yeah, the rest of the deck, as you guessed it, is standard. How much did I pay for this deck of cards? I paid 20 bucks for this deck of cards. Yes, I paid $20 for a deck of cards that to the normal person's eye looks exactly like all other Tali-Hos that you could pick up for about 10 bucks. But again, vintage decks feel special. They have a different feeling and handling than modern decks. One that I also agree with feel better than modern decks. I also want to show you, look how thin this deck of cards is. This is a full deck of 52 right here. You can even see how thin the tuck box is. Here is that other deck of Tali-Hos. Look at the size difference between that deck and this deck right here. Even the tuck box is smaller. So you're getting a really nice, almost like crushed stock with this deck of cards. And the texture of these cards are just so smooth. They just feel really incredible in your hands. If you ever get a chance to pick up a vintage Blue Seal deck of cards, I highly recommend it. You should have at least one in your collection if you're a cardist, whether that be Tali-Hos or bicycles or old studs, anything, you know. Pick up and treat yourself, pick up a nice deck of Blue Seals. I know you've spent at least $20 on designer playing cards, so pick up a deck of classic Tali-Hos. The vintage Tali-Ho Circlebacks in red. Yeah, I'll give this a perfect 10 as well. Again, it's just a Tali-Ho. It's just a red Tali-Ho Circleback. Classic, iconic, serving for sure. And yeah, this is a Blue Seal deck. They feel fantastic. They're super thin. Excellent addition to my collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please make sure to like this video because it really helps out my channel. And of course, if you'd like to see more unboxings and reviews and all sorts of card content, you should subscribe. You can even hit the bell button to get notified when new videos drop. Let me know what you think about these decks. Did I score, dude? Did I score? Do you like these decks? Do you not like these decks? Do you wish you had these decks? Wah, Jake, give me these decks. I wish I had them. Is that you? Like, comment, subscribe, send my channel to a card enthusiast. I'll see you on the next one.